Welcome to Velvet Beauty Hub, your go-to destination for fashion stories that inspire. From iconic luxury labels to rising stars in the world of style, we take you behind the scenes to discover the people, the passion, and the philosophies that shape fashion today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Hey, beautiful souls. Today we're diving into something absolutely incredible. You know how sometimes you meet someone who just radiates this authentic energy? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today with the absolutely stunning Zoe Saldana. And honey, let me tell you, this woman is having her moment right now, and it's been a long time coming. So picture this. Zoe is literally sitting in a car, California sun blazing behind her. And she's in the middle of what might be the biggest award season of her entire career. We're talking about someone who's been in the game for 25 years, guys. 25 years! She's been in Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Trek. I mean, she's basically been in every major blockbuster franchise that's defined our generation. But here's the thing that's got me absolutely fascinated. She's just now getting her first real shot at major film awards. Can you believe that? This woman has been serving us excellence for decades, and it's like the industry is finally catching up to what we've known all along. Her role in Emilia Pérez is what's got everyone talking. And honestly, when I tell you this performance is everything, I mean everything. She's playing Rita, this overworked attorney who gets pulled into this wild story about a Mexican drug lord who wants to transition into womanhood. And the way Zoe handles this role, pure magic. She's speaking Spanish, English, French. Like, who does that? Who just casually delivers a powerhouse performance in 3 languages like it's no big deal? But here's what I love about Zoe. She's so real about this whole award season thing. She literally said, "I don't like networking." Girl, same. She talks about how when she was starting out, she'd go to these industry parties and end up over drinking just to get through them, because all she really wanted to do was dance and laugh. That's so relatable, right? Like, she's this massive movie star, but she's still just someone who wants her evenings to be about feeding her soul. And speaking of dancing, can we talk about that scene in Emilia Pérez? There's this moment during a gala where she's just fed up with all the corruption and hypocrisy around her. And she breaks into this incredible, sinuous dance. She's literally hissing her anger through movement. And then, and this is where it gets wild, she reaches over and plucks a blonde extension from some fancy person's hair and rubs it across her velvet trousers. I know that sounds crazy, but it's this perfect representation of all the contradictions of femininity and power. That's the kind of fearless artistry we're talking about here. Now, let's get into the real stuff, because Zoe's story is so much deeper than just being a movie star. When she was 9 years old, her father died in a car accident. Can you imagine? She talks about how her whole family went into survival mode, and her mom, who used to wear red lipstick and tight jeans and was always flirting with her dad, just couldn't get out of bed for years. That kind of loss changes everything. Her mom had to send Zoe and her sisters to live with family in the Dominican Republic while she worked multiple jobs in the US. And here's where it gets really interesting for our fashion and style conversations. Zoe had to completely code switch. No English, only Spanish. New culture, new expectations, and kids who didn't understand her. But you know what? She and her sisters, they weren't victims. They pushed back. They adapted. They survived. This experience of being a stranger in a strange land, it's literally what makes her so incredible in science fiction and fantasy roles. She knows what it means to not fit in, to have to find your place in an unfamiliar world. And can we talk about the sisterhood for a second? Because this is where it gets beautiful. Zoe and her sisters are incredibly close. They even own a production company together called Sinistar. They've produced amazing projects like From Scratch and Gordita Chronicles. That bond they formed during those tough years, it's now their superpower in business and creativity. But here's something that really struck me. Zoe has always struggled with feeling like she didn't fit in. She has ADHD and dyslexia, and as a kid, she was always restless, always moving, always questioning. She'd ask herself, why don't I fit in? Why do I do this? And it would make her feel isolated and sad. But instead of letting that break her, she found peace in art. She literally says, I learned in a very innocent, unconscious way when I was very young that I need to live in art because I find peace. I can rest when I'm creating. That's so powerful, right? Like she turned what could have been her weakness into her greatest strength. The dance training is what really shaped her philosophy about style and presentation. Her ballet teacher, Dilia Mises, taught her this incredible lesson. Less is more. If you're a dancer, you don't need all that makeup. You don't need that big hair. You don't need that loud outfit. It's how you stand, how you walk. And honestly, if you look at Zoe's red carpet appearances and her general style approach, you can see this philosophy in action. She's never trying too hard, never overdoing it. There's this elegant confidence that comes from knowing your body, knowing your movement, knowing your presence. And here's what I find so refreshing about her approach to fame. She doesn't play by the typical Hollywood rules. When she has a movie out, she does the promotion. But when she doesn't, you won't find her on Instagram constantly shilling for beauty brands or alcohol companies. She keeps that boundary between public and private, which in today's world feels almost revolutionary. James Cameron, who directed her in Avatar, said something that really stuck with me. He said Zoe was the actor who put her hand up the most to ask questions. She was testing him to see if his answers held up to her scrutiny. She wanted to make sure there was intention behind everything, that it was about the people and what was happening in their hearts. That level of commitment, that perfectionism, that focus, it comes from that place of necessity we talked about earlier. When you've had to survive, when you've had to prove yourself in unfamiliar territories, when you've had to push through being different, you develop this incredible drive. And you know what's beautiful? She's used that drive not just for herself, but to create opportunities for others through her production company and by choosing projects that tell important stories. So here's what I love most about Zoe Saldana's story. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Making movies with technology that hasn't been invented yet. Standing in a room with hundreds of other girls in a country that's only partially your own and dancing through your grief. Starring in a musical that celebrates trans self-determination even during a time when trans people are facing so much violence and backlash. When faced with an outcome that's not guaranteed, she just goes all in. And that's her philosophy. What if I just fucking go all in? That's the energy we need in 2025, beautiful souls. That's the kind of fearless authenticity that transforms not just careers, but entire industries. Zoe Saldana isn't just having a moment. She's showing us what it looks like to build a beautiful life out of grief, loss, and dislocation. And honestly, that's the most inspiring fashion statement of all. What do you think about Zoe's journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you. And if this story inspired you as much as it inspired me, smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of fashion and entertainment, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep shining your authentic light, beautiful souls.